So I had to set goals.
That was a slow 80.
80% really wasn't.
What's going on, guys? As you can see, I am doing an axle deadlift. Why? Because for the Arnold, that is what I have for the deadlift event, is a 635 axle. Now, my build called for me to go up to 80%, but the last time I did an axle deadlift, I did no straps, and it was well over a year and a half, 2 years ago. I'm running my percentages off of the actual comp weights at 635, because that is what I'm training for, as many reps as possible with that 635 in that minute. This is an implement I haven't used in actual just deadlift. I've been doing it for clean and presses for quite some time now, because it's come up in a series event, most recently Worlds. So it's basically the first couple training sessions with it is a little bit of a familiarization phase, get my body back used to moving the axle again, because I am used to the deadlift bar. Like I said, I had a deadlift bar for Worlds as well, as long as an axle press. So once I work the few kinks out, I'm sure I will be back to pulling a heavier axle in no time. But right now, I'm just working off those percentages of the 635. That first one that you saw was my build phase at 80%. I have 75, 70, and then 65. It is a 7, 9, 11. That rhymed. Totally meant to do that. So it's nice to deadlift on a different implement, because I think, me personally, adding the variation has always worked well for me in the past to help my overall deadlift go up. And I do personally think that the axle is harder because it does not have that slack. In the long run, my game plan is that it will help my overall deadlift. I mean, I'm still training deadlift, just with a different bar. Now, one of the main things we're gonna have to be thinking about is figuring out what straps I'm gonna use, vice versa, but I got time for that. I'm in no rush. I guess we'll see how this goes.
Go, Nick. Go, 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 go. Come on, 5 more. Come on. 4 more, come on. You got it. Lock out on the top, lock out. Good. Come on. Lock out on the top, come on. Lock out, lock out. Good. Come on.
Lock out on everyone.
Yeah, I'm just saying, giving you, come on, let's go, let's go. Good.
It was 7, right?
Giving you ump, it looked like 7. It didn't.
It was 7 or 6.
I was checking your form, not your count. Speed, dude.
How do you like that hook grip?
It's a learning curve, but it's coming along. Every week it's a little easier, a little less pain. So we'll figure it out. Better calluses.
Why'd you decide to switch the hook grip?
Just in case my hands got messed up, and I just don't want the grip to be my limiting factor. That's all. I mean, let it be my hams or my thighs or whatever. Like, it's just not my grip. So I'll keep working on it, but it doesn't grow as fast.
I mean, you're pretty good at grip stuff.
Yeah, but apparently not double overhand and blah blah. So
I'm not good at hook grip.
No, I don't think anyone's good at hook grip.
Oh, what do you call me, short? Let me get down here so
I just want to stay in frame, my friend. That's all.
Jerk. You don't know what weight you have on the bar?
I try not to think about it.
Why?
It's lighter that way.
Why?
It's lighter that way.
How's it lighter?
Because it's lighter.
Want me to tell you what you have on the bar?
A 135.
That is definitely 135.
Yeah.
100%. Look at his little... Man, you got some dirty feet.
Yeah,
I don't know if this is like... Is this an episode of Finding Bigfoot? He's got his little placemat with his footprints. Perfect fit!
Yeah. I just want consistency.
Consistency. All right.
Oh, were we filming this, dude?
Yes.
You people and your internets.
Pressure.
Yeah. Oh,
Under pressure. Come on. Let's go. Easy. Yeah, smooth. Nice, Billy. Come on. Big air. Push the ground away. Good. Hips through. You got it.
I got out in front of me. That was...
Hey, you still recovered it.
Yeah. But it's not clean. And it needs
but you knew right away.
It needs to be clean every time from now on.
So what are you doing with the placemat and everything going on down there with your dirty ass feet?
My deadlift is my greatest weakness, and my goal is to clean up my technique.
Dude, me too.
Yeah. Fuck you. Sorry, bleep that. So I'm just trying to be consistent in my form. I've had Brad Arbic, I had Dave Johns. They've both been helping me with my deadlift technique, and just being as consistent as possible. And hopefully, if I eliminate all these little variables, it'll come that much quicker. Maybe 6 months as opposed to a year or something like that. So that's the goal with that.
So Billy has taken one of the most calculated approaches to fixing his deadlift that any of us have ever done in here. And it's really cool to see because it's different than Brian's approach. It's different than my approach. Billy has his own approach. Olu has his own approach. We all have our own approaches to fixing certain things. And through input and feedback to each other, we all get different results because we're all different people. Billy's method is really interesting to watch because I remember when he started doing that, and it's interesting to watch the progression. I mean, you went down all the way to literally 135, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, his progression has been very consistent, he's been very patient with his progression. I mean, there was no ego involved with it. He was in no rush at all to get back to where he thought he should be. He checked himself so he didn't wreck himself. And now, I mean, he's back up to what, 6 plates?
Yeah, and it's just an embarrassment to have to go to a competition and that deadlift being kind of the strong movement and it being my worst event was always, that's an ego check.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, deadlift's my worst event out of everything I have.
We're movers.
So, yeah, we're movers. Billy has what's the word I'm looking for? Uncanny?
Yeah.
Okay. Uncanny ability to front carry anything. You can put a U-Haul truck out there. Billy might not deadlift 700 pounds, but he's gonna pick that U-Haul truck up and run it 300 meters.
Oh, 300 meters might be a little much, yeah.
Yeah, that might have been an exaggeration. But I'm trying to make a point here. I mean, stones, sandbag, anything, the dude can move with a front carry. I mean, your progression on this is, I mean, it's doubled.
Yeah, it's gotten better. It's slowly but surely. I wouldn't say double, but
it's doubled.
Slowly but surely. Yeah.
Like that was when you got to 585 a year ago before you started all this.
Yeah.
It was hit or miss.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna pull it clean. Patience, people, patience. All right, so my second set, I messed up because I had 4 plates on either side, a 25 on either side, and a 10 on one side. So I thought I was actually offset on the bar wrong, when in reality, I didn't load the bar correctly. So I went 10 pounds heavier on my second set than I was supposed to, which is fine. I still got the target number of 9 reps. It was after that I realized I had messed up. I slid over on the bar, so I feel like I canceled it out pretty well. But I mean, I didn't feel any sort of imbalance when I was lifting after I shifted. So whatever, those moments happen. I mean, I like to think they happen to other people, not just me. Step up, Billy!
Come on, Billy. Come on. Let's go!
Come on, Billy! Let's go, Billy! Get up! Get up! Get up! Let's go! Finish! Down! Hold on, hold on, hold on. Plate fell off.
Oh, shit.
Easy. Keep walking. Go. Keep walking, bro. Go. Keep walking. Go.
Machine.
Keep walking. Go. 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 Come on. Nice. Time. Aggression. Come on. Go. Nice. Go. Nice. Yeah. Go. Go.
That was +1. All right, so that was my third and final set. For some reason with this 4 horsemen, I've been saying dark horse, but I mess up my horses apparently. In the past, it's been my last set when it came to, especially on deadlifts, that I kind of wake up a little bit. I don't know why that is, but it's like something switches when I know I have all those reps and it's like, gotta go, time to go, don't suck. For some reason, I flipped that switch, at least the past 2 deadlift sessions on the 4 horseman program. When I've gotten +1 on both, I definitely feel like I had more in the tank on this, honestly, but I did not want to over push that rep scheme. My lower back had enough at that point. I definitely noticed I'm feeling a little bit more in my lower back than in my hamstrings or my quads lately, even with my squat day. I'm continuing to work around that fatigue like I mentioned in my previous video, but at the same time, I might be working around it, but I'm also driving through it to a certain extent. It is not like, oh, I'm hurt kind of pain. It's like, oh man, my back's tired. But it felt tired in a really good way after that last set, and I'm really happy with the way this whole deadlift day went. So I'm training those percentages off of comp weight events now for USS Nationals and Arnold. The deadlift weight is the same weight. So I can kind of dual train and it works out really well with my training. So I'm really excited about that. Both of them actually have max rep logs as well. Arnold being 290 or 295, Nationals being 260. I'm gonna be predominantly training with the log. So I'm very fortunate to have that work out the way it did, because sometimes when you have competitions lined up, it's very rare that they have the same implements and events. I am extremely happy about that.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. Okay.
Are you sure? Oluwatafumi Santagire?
Merry Christmas.
How do you say ho 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 in Nigerian?
What ho?
Ho ho ho, like what Santa Claus says? Ho ho ho, Merry Christmas?
Father Christmas. Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas.
That was uneventful. Billy, how do you say ho 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 in Billy?
These nuts.
Yes! Nailed it! He thought about that too. He was like, oh, shit, this is my opportunity to say something funny.
Look, that shit.
I'm proud of you, Billy.
Look, man, that's one of those things that have been making me laugh since I was 3rd grade. Like that, I learned that like in the 3rd or 4th grade, and it's like certain fart jokes they last forever. That's it.
Fair enough. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna end on that note, because I don't think it's gonna get any better than that. So until the next time, you guys know what the deal is. Get out there, get after it, and embrace the suck. Throw your Santa hat on the camera.
Merry Christmas.
Throw your Santa hat on the camera.
Merry Christmas.
Throw your Santa hat on the camera. Took him long enough.